giving updates on those flights. And joining me in studio is Kweku Asante to give us more on this. Joining has been making his checks. And Kweku, what have we been finding? So
we have been confirming a couple of the details that the minority have been putting out, and just the basics. The flight name is AirMed N823AM. That is the flight registration numbers. It is ordinarily like an air ambulance of sorts that uses to transport passengers around the world. And it did arrive in the country, just like the minority did say, on the 20th of March, 2025. That is just last month.
Right.
And then it was in the country for 5 days, between 20th and the 25th of March, 2025. And we're getting all these details from Flight Radar, which is publicly available data source in terms of what we are able to get. If you check the next slide in terms of what we're able to get, you see that on the 19th of March, a day prior to the flight landing in Accra, it was in Santa Maria.
Right.
And then it flew from there to Gran Canaria Islands, all of that in Spain. And then from Gran Canaria Islands, it flew to Accra on the 20th of March. And then it stayed in Accra between 20th of March to 25th of March. It stayed in Accra. It was docked at the airport. We don't know if it had to take a patient somewhere or anything. We don't have those information yet. And then officially flew from Accra on the 25th of March back to Gran Canaria. And then on the same day when it landed in Gran Canaria, it then moved to Santa Maria. And then if you do the checks, you will realize that it has subsequently moved to the United Kingdom and all that in terms of some of the data that we have been able to get. And so that is the itinerary in terms of this flight and its movement. It stayed in Ghana, like the minority said again, power confirmation from Flight Radar and the confirmation of the work he's been doing. It did stay in the country for 5 days. 5 days he was in Ghana, no information yet, and that is what the investigation will expose ultimately when we get there. He stayed in Ghana for 5 days. And so this is the movement. This is the Gran Canaria Island in Spain. It moved from there to Accra here and stayed for 5 days. That has been confirmed. You can check the movement. You can check the registration number. N823AM did move from Gran Canaria Island. It's just a small island on the coast of Spain. Moved from there to the Kotoka International Airport here in Accra and stayed for 5 days before ultimately flying out of the country back to Gran Canaria and then to Santa Maria. Right. The minority have been making these allegations, and John Dramani Mahama has been speaking about it on his official Facebook page. He's asking for investigations to be conducted. John Mahama says he has instructed NACOC, the National Security Coordinator, the police, CID, and allied investigative bodies to go into this matter and report to him. But the sticking point is that John Mahama is asking the Member of Parliament to collaborate with these investigative bodies.
Ghana for Mr. John Dramani Mahama Memu. Every 1 minute bia ne enubone day enem Ghana for answer beto akomo so message say and no first time who hear me videos message say no subscribe to my YouTube channel na day amame who ya no like no share no say comment na notification baby beba now don't say me so say be anytime be me di new videos betum bia on say bit my day aka be Ghana for John Dramani Mahama no one who amaso be Ghana you oba say obe de obe pen who say tam obenya ne ho say tam na say Ghana for say dem say to mo aba no eso ne ensunsanso na mo ye dey munya no Ghana for mo be kai say your friend say and then be 3 days as 4 days me make that allegation we yes mo hwe mu videos na mo follow me there mo hu say me ka say ambulance bi abelande wo krum hanom me kan nkofo anye dey anyime ani ana de ande voice hu ha woni kan samrodo anyway eno na ne your friend say BNI ene Joy FM fo a confirm o ma confirm say indeed ambulance be here dey ebelande wo krum hanom eno na wokotie na Joy FM fo here dey ka no na mo de mo ambagi akire no mo de me yenko mo de mo yemfa me your friend say TikTok crowd so de me de to so kakra to so ba mam go Facebook ya so de munya flight number nyina yes but TikTok won me say na me here dey me kan no mo am your friend say YouTube a mu de munya say me kan the flight number na crowd to but TikTok won me yenkoti de we me see here dey e de sky word no say pen bi be landi wo kuma emra ma me collapse ye wo Jubilee House one month. Now, ambulance be land it be take more than 3 days, grandpa. Say 4 days. And so now now say your friends say vice ye dey yare no. Now ambulance say ba kroma no na man sa akwa edi cocaine edu nu bone na ye dey e ba krum anom eti maame ne dwan wu no maame ne ho ka akwan mu na ne ho kire no no mu di pain ba so ne befa na cocaine hu dwuma ana se no mu di bedi wo krum a Ghana ya to abana ma bonsamfo sika ni brefo ne ato abana ye dey amo ntumi yenko ne enko he video no video na me de ye no TikTok mu yenko he Gonja for isi mafia infantifo yi dem 2028 still possible. Yes, still possible. Ghana and then the Union say a vice nana opoku ajiman wa yare ya to hospital ha baby or dan we here Ghana for nyan paibo na Ghana maame no yare ya no wo say amra na omu wini election maame ne ba bonte be kas ebe ha onu mo kasa yes say as audio bi ne ye boy na maame ne kasa no ha sa we say video no kai ha na we 25 yeah, wo Facebook ya aha wo koye Facebook wo so kwa mu information bi say 25th no ambulance bi landi wo krum hanom around 10 am airline di no the AirMed yeah me say wo dey wo come me YouTube kwampa information na dey eguo airline information ne number ne registration number na dey eguo Ghana ma many yare a NDC for ye no kokwasa wo yare mu odin papa je wo hiam paibo anase o mo ka che ye ne mfantefo no mo ko fa baabi but o mbeso mbeka sa mo kai de wi ayewura atames je ne ye na no ye so yare o mo so nyare o free hospital kraba o kwa brochi o kwa ja yare saba o man ko ye joggings ma mi so mo di bi ye no mesi ma mi 25 nya ne ye de enim so yare Friday as that bay omuma video bi ba ase wo che niema ase wo che niema ma ye nuam mosemfo ni nua no yare o no yare no mu di brimu ni se be information de beto dwa no me be ka se nyampa etima me no yare ni ye nuam mfantefo momfa mo nansi fom na kwase hwa hoi ye ntia so mprensa papai mudi na ni ma ehu mudi na chi ehu obehye missing fantefo obeshimase monfam huade yeah this information betu dwa eti John Dramani Mahama memwo yi die Ghana wagu ye nyanim ase papa se wonne ne nkofo aka bom no mu ma se Ghana ada ko country ne ye ka no ebi obi ti obeka se John Dramani Mahama ye ko se ma ye fa ye ho bai anyway Ghana efa ho mese be kakra wo tu kwan ko ba bi hu se wonya free Ghana se pe mese ye be seche ho mese wo draws mi nyomo dum sabe wura yes omu dim sabe wura omu mutu ko mu abroche ndo omu nim enti se edim bone na yewura John Dramani Mahama omba Ghana agye no Ghana se ye why na mpanifo se comedy wo se de kwaye mfa mienu nidi ye ni enim se sika na abaye wo ba obepe wo wia ye nim se wo wia na ade na asade koke se mfifa afa ho ana sade den nkofo ka no ye siri nua no ne nua ne pain etu bia omu di bi ko omu ba so mu sade bi ye dey eba enu ta ne kon no so be use Ghana for ye dey e pain because we use Ghana for pain na cameras woman we one hand ya che no na Ghana for pain cameras na wo mu hu se na wo Ghana but ono no de ne nua de oko use yentimi dey yentimi nche no because ayo mu ade e dia enu ta say John Dramani Mahama on person be use ye fe ne say Ghana for pain na anytime bia wo tu kwan na ode ni nua ne pain na yetu Ghana for enye wanwa Ghana for the American na enye mwanwa say Ghana for wo pain bi so wo se da bi me use me nua de na say de ye tete no ono ane de na ye ampa Ghana for ma me hu wadwen kire wate ma me hu wadwen kire no comment wo ho mama me wo wi no share ma afoforo why me pa chew share ma afoforo so mama me da ase